We'll also be working on Matplotlib, and today we'll be learning about like how to plot multiple graphs as well as subplots in Python. Okay, for that we'll be using the Matplotlib library as you were uh, the, studying it earlier. Okay, so by the end of the session, you will be able to learn how to create multiple plots in a single figure. Okay, it is a very important thing whenever if you in the future you go into the line of uh, analytics, in which most of the work you have to like predict the sales or predict how the market will perform. So that subplots will be very useful to you, because in a single figure you will be able to like describe multiple scenarios at the same time. Okay. Okay, so second point will be how we will be using able to subplot and subplots method. Okay, these are the methods in the Matplotlib library which will be using to create subplots. Okay, and customize layouts. Okay, like earlier we learned about how did we spacing titles and axis and all that we learned about in the earlier lecture in the Matplotlib. We'll also be learning about them in the subplots. Okay, and how to build a multi-chart dashboards. Okay, like multi-chart dashboards mean like in a single figure, you have multiple dashboards. Okay, like in a single uh, plane, or you can say the single uh, box, you'll be describing a scenario with multiple figures. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so what are subplots? So basically, subplots are used when comparing the multiple values in a multiple variables. For example, there may come a time when you have to work on a huge amount of data, and there'll be comparison like uh, suppose you are working on a data that contains around like 30-40 columns. Okay, now you have to compare multiple columns with each other. Okay, and you can't do that like every time I go and create a separate figure for each column, because when the the speed at the data which increasing is a huge so you have to congest all these figures into a same plot, so that you can easily express your views about the entire data set in a single chart. Okay, as you can see in the diagram, I have bar charts. So these bar graphs are giving me a different details, like for example branches, years, salaries, whatever it is, but it is in the single figure. Okay, I have four bar charts comparing various kind of data in a single figure. So that's what subplots are used for. Okay, so as you can see on the slide, like what are subplots used for: building dashboard, increasing storytelling power, which means like in this small chart you have explained the investor or your boss like a huge amount of uh, huge amount of data is congested in these four figures, so that you don't have to move to uh, from another plot, from bar chart to another bar chart. It's just telling the entire story of the data set in a single plot. Okay, so also you have example use case like sales comparison, time series trends, and demographic breakdown. Okay, as I was saying earlier, time series trends basically you will be able to using predicting sales or in a quarter, or predicting how the market will behave in a coming quarter or two. Okay, so here's the basic syntax of subplot. Basically, what it is like, you'll be using Matplotlib as you were using it earlier. Okay, so here's an example. It's a simple example. We'll go to the code and see. Uh, this time I'm using Collab. If you don't know, it's a notebook provided by Google. You can just type a collab and go and write your code here. Okay. So I've already imported the library here, and here I will go use plt.subplot. I'm taking data from the example. Okay. Okay. Also, in the same tab, I have to change the tab. Yeah, which is let me do one thing. Uh, okay, it will be easy. Yeah. So it's a simple example. Here in this example, we are using a subplot function, and we will be only filling one side. So, for example, as you can see, is 2 by 2, which means it will, let me show it to you, 2 comma 2 comma 1. Okay. And here we will be plotting plt dot plot. It's just a simple array. Okay. Let's just go with 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Okay. Let's see. Now, this is a simple figure, not so much different in it. Okay. So let me show you why our subplot is powerful. So as you can see, there's also auto code in the collab. Please don't use that. Okay. You have to first of all write the code with your own hands to understand it. Subplot 2 comma 2. What does this 2 comma 2 1 and 2 comma 2 comma 2 signify? It means here this 2 comma 2 is basically a grid. Okay. It is a grid of 2 by 2. As you can see, for example, let's just visualize in your head a window. Okay. And you divide the window half by horizontally and vertically. Then you will get a grid in which there will be four small squares. Okay. So it's a 2 by 2 grid. You understand? Okay. So 2 by 2, it's same is here subplot 2. Subplot is also doing the same thing. It is creating a 2 by 2 grid. Okay. Now this time it is a 2 by 2, and I only filled the first part of this. Okay. Now I will fill the second part, sorry, plot. Now I will give it here just random values, 30 comma 45 comma 27 18. Okay. Let's see what happens. See, now I have two graphs in the same plane. Okay. One is this, one is this. It just don't uh, for now, just bear with it. I'm not giving any access or title. I will give it in a later. Okay, so that's what subplots are used for. Now, if I give a plt dot subplot 2 comma 2 comma 3, it is a which, for your understanding, take it as a third figure in your 2 by 2 grid. Okay, 2 by 2 grid comma third figure, and I will plot this time. Why don't we use another one? Okay, plt dot scatter. Okay, uh, let me just auto. Okay, 10 comma 20 comma 30, as this was earlier random values we took, and this and the second set of random values. Okay, let's see. Okay, now what's happening is, like, you have, as you now you would be able to see clearly, like we have a 2 by 2 grid in which we have already filled the grid by three figures. Now it's only space for one figure. Okay, so that's how subplots work. It's a simple example here. For that, you can now simply what you are able to do here is that you can in a single plane you are able to fill three figures or you also four figure. In the 2 by 2 grid, you will be able to like put four figures and easily able to explain all your insights in a single space. You don't need to like create another plot here, another bar graph, another scatter plot. You can also use different, create one subplot and also use different kinds of visualization that you find it fit for explanation of your data. Okay. Uh, am I coming clear? Yeah. So let's go on. Now, as I was showing you earlier, like as example, we have created 2 by 2 grid here. Okay. For example, here is a code of how to create a 2 by 2 grid in a subplot and fill it with the figures. Okay. So as I was showing you earlier, it is a 2 by 2 grid. Okay. Now in this, I also fill the fourth figure subplot 2 comma 4, which is means in the 2 by 2 grid, I will be filling fourth figure. And this time I'm taking a histogram. Okay. plt.hist. I'm taking the same data 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 and plt.pro. Now see, it may look like a bar graph right now, but it's a histogram. Bear with me because the values are amount of values are very small, so it's looking like a bar graph. Okay, so this is what a power of subplot. You can like put a various types of figure in a single, uh, as you can say, box, and you can create it however you want. Like in this, I have taken a 2 by 2 grid. You can take 3 by 3 or 4 by 4, 5, 6 by 6, 5 by 5. Choice is yours. You can make a grid anything you want. Okay, so here we created a grid of 2 by 2 grid. Okay, so that's how you create a like subplot. It's a sample example like how to create a subplot and put some figures of your choice here. Okay, all you have to do is like use the function subplot, which is a part of Matplotlib library in the Python, and just give this notation for your understanding. Like think it like this, like I have 2 by 2 grid and I am filling first position. Okay. Similarly here, let me just copy paste it. I don't want to write the same again and again. Second, third, and fourth. Oh, 2 by 3. Not 2 by 3. It's a 2 by 2 grid. Okay. Uh, for your little bit homework with your assignment, try to create a 2 by 3 or 3 by 2 grid, like odd and even combination, whether it takes it or not. Okay. Try to create and work on it. Like if I create a 3 by 2 figure, like how many figures then it can it contain? Will it be five? I think it should be five. Yeah, should be five. Or it or does it given an error? Okay. Try it yourself. Now we have already created a 2 by 2 grid. Okay, so using now we'll be learning about subplots. Earlier we were learning about what is PLT dot subplot. Now we'll be learning about subplots, plural. Okay, so it's basically like the same thing. You just it is more flexible and easy to understand. Okay, here as you can see example, you have figure and axis. AX means axis. You have uh, give it a value of PLT dot subplot, which is basically creating a 2 by 2 grid. And then basically what is happening in subplots is you are giving an index. Like if you remember in the NumPy index, when we create a 2 by 2 NumPy array, we what I took what type of indexes or coordinates we use to describe the 2 by 2, right? Sorry, x comma y, like y comma x. Okay. Similarly, here it is 0 comma 0 will be at the plot of this, and 0 comma 1 position we have a bar graph. 1 comma 0, which means bottom left. Okay, then we'll have this type of scatter plot, and at the bottom right part we have a histogram. Okay, so let's see it in a code. Now I will give you figure, which means figure, and x comma axis is a plt dot subplots comma 2 comma 2. I'm just taking 2 comma 2, just creating a same 2 by 2 grid again. And axis, let's just print what first print x, what does it give? Okay, see, it is a giving an x. You're already showing a grid of 2 by 2. Okay, as you can see, axis here, axis. Basically, these are the figures that you will filling here with your data. Four, since two, you have created a 2 by 2 grid. It is basically created a base on its own. Now you just have to give it a data, and it will automatically uh, create a figure out of it. Okay, so x 0 comma 0, which means this one, this leftmost, top left, comma dot, sorry, plot. Taking the same example of 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Okay, let's see, it has filled this one. So it has filled this one, the topmost left bar. Now this time I will give you ax dot. It's simple. If you practice NumPy and able to, and you still remember it, how did we like indexing happened in the NumPy arrays? So it's a piece of cake for you. Okay, plt dot plot. This time not plot. I will give scatter. Okay. Uh, 10 comma 20 comma 25 and 30. Okay, comma another, since I have to also give the another axis in the scatter plot. This time I'm giving like 38 comma 10 comma 20 comma 30. Okay, see, it is created a small scatter plot in the this in the top right uh, graph, you can say graph or box, you can say. Why this one? Okay, because I have given the index here, like 0 comma 1. 0 comma 1 means this part. Okay, the scatter plot one part. Okay, this part, and signify this index. in a 2 by 2 grid. Okay, simply think of as a 2 by 2 grid as a 2 by 2 NumPy array, and you have to like put values in that array after. Okay, so visualize it like that, and you will be be able to easily remember it. Okay, axis. Now this time, if I put 1 comma 0 dot is, it's basically histogram. I'm using the same values. Oh, autocorrect. I'm also like putting last at last putting the values in the last graph also. So let's see. See histogram what it did. It since I've given it the 1 comma 0, it histogram is there here. The visualization is created here, and the plot last is created here, line plot. Okay, so that's how subplots function work. You have see what how subplot function work and how subplots function work. Okay, so whatever you find it easy is basically the same thing. You're doing the same thing here. Okay, whatever you find it easy, you can like practice, try both, and whatever you find it convenient or easy to write or easy to remember, you can use that. Okay, so adding titles. Okay, adding title and styling. Okay, so here how to add titles or styling there, or what kind of access you want. uh, Now you are also like you have created a figure. Okay, you have created all the figures. Now how will I know like what does it represent? Okay, how what does it numbers represent? 0 1 2 3 what? 10 15 20 25 30 what are these numbers? What does it signify? Is it sales? Is it a market trend? Whatever what it is. Okay, so for that we have to like denote these numbers with something. Okay, so we have used subplots method here to uh, basically give this title. Okay, adding title and styling. So uh, as you can see here, we have used the function of set title. Okay, and also give it an indexer like we gave in the visualizations. Okay, and then we have given the subtitle, comparison of visualization. Subtitle, it will be a bigger title, like it will super title, sorry, subtitle, super title. It will signify the title of the entire grid. Okay, set title basically you will give the title to a part of the subplot, which means a single graph. Okay, let me show it with the code. X no 0 comma 0, now set title. Okay, plot plot 1. Okay, x comma 0 comma 1 dot set title again. This will be going to uh, plot 2. Okay, now let's just give it 2 for start and let's see what happens. Okay, let me write plt dot show. Hmm, let me rerun whatever why the plt dot show. Okay, it's not displaying. Let me check if I use figure. Okay, yeah. See, let me just remove this bar here. Okay, see, I gave the title here, set title plot 1, plot 2. Why this one is chosen? Because I've already given the index here. Okay, 0 comma 0 and 0 comma 1, which is basically signifying the which uh, which graph has the title there. Okay, now I will give the title to the other graphs also. Plt dot sorry, not PLT, x 1 comma 0 dot set title plot 3. Okay. Similarly, x 1 comma 1 dot set title plot 4. Okay. Now, not failed to show. See, now I have given the title for both. Now, as you can see here, like in this plot 4 and 20 are kind of overlapping. So we'll be learning about that, like how to like style it so that not overlappings happen. We'll learning about the future slides. Okay. So, and one more thing, what subtitle? Okay. What was the super title like? Figure dot sub figure means figure, which we use here. Okay, now we are giving the grid title, so we have to use figure, FIG. Okay, fig dot subtitle, and I will give here comparison of figures. Okay, see, now comparison of figures is a like title of an entire subplot, which basically signifies all the plots inside the figure, inside the figure. Okay, so that's how you can give give titles to the various figures in the subplot as well as the entire grid. Like, what does this grid signify? Okay, I'm just showing you the comparison figures here. So basically, title becomes comparison of figures. Okay, so let's see. You can also do it like this. For example, if you write fig, since you're collab, you can also see like what kind of function it has. Okay, dot type layout text, and you can also like uh, learn about their descriptions in like this. Adjust padding between around the subplot. Okay, you can just experiment with, play with it. What does it do? For example, let's see what does tight layout do. Tight scroll layout. Okay, let's see. What it did is, see, now plot 4 and 20 is not overlapping. So it creates a space so that uh, it should look clean. Okay, so tight layout does is adjust the padding between and around the subplots to exclude an artist on an axis from the bounding box calculation. Basically, what it does is like these numbers like x-axis and y-axis and the title should not overlap while when you are presenting this. So what tight layout it does is it increases the distance between us, add some kind of padding so that everything is, should be seen clearly, to be visible clear. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, as I was saying earlier, tight overlapping layout. Or you can also do it individually if you want. Like tight load is out of your control. You just give it a function and it does automatically whatever it wants. Okay. For more control, you can also give like how should the subplot be horizontally spaced and vertically spaced. Okay. HS spacing is vertical spacing, or WS space, W spacing is horizontal spacing. Okay, let's also try to use this. I'm using fig dot what was this? What was, subplots edges. Okay, this also, as you can see, there's many more parameters at top, bottom, left, right. H space and W space basically means like spaces between the plots. So you can also adjust top spacing, bottom spacing, left spacing, right spacing. Depends on you. Okay. Right now I'm only giving H space 0.92. Okay. And W space, which is 0.8. Okay. Let's see. Okay. See the difference. H space means how vertical space. Okay. So how much just by point 0.8, sorry, H space just 0.92, how much space is created between the figures. See, so that's how it uh spacing works. That's the how the spacing works. And you can also like use tight layout, or you can use this so that you can all customize however you want. Okay, it totally depends on you. Now let's move to the other. Okay, so mini dashboard example. So it is here what we did is it is a code for like a simple visualization dashboard. But as you can say, mm, 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 it is a dashboard. Okay, this subplot, the space we created, you can also call it a dashboard. Now we will creating a proper subset view of 2 by 2 grid with some data. Basically, what we are doing here in this by creating subplots and subplot. So let us create. Here we also using another library called Seaborn. Okay, Seaborn is Matplotlib. Like Matplotlib, it is also a visualization library. But Seaborn is like more interactive and visualize more. You can say beautiful looking library. Okay, Matplotlib is the base. Seaborn is you can say a little bit advanced level where you get more unique or good looking visualizations. Okay, so let's go and create here. We have to import Seaborn. Import Seaborn as SNS. Okay. Now, what it did is like np dot line space. Here we are creating a x-axis. Okay. Line space basically means from 0 till end, it will go till 50. Okay, let me show you. X is equals to np dot line space is basically a array which is going from 0 till 10 comma 50. 50 is basically a step interval. Okay, 50 is basically step interval. So if we try to print x here, let's see. Okay, what it did is it start from 0 and created a 50 numbers with same almost like array. Here you can see 1 4. I think it's yeah, equally interval 50 numbers. Okay, like if you I give you like create 10 numbers between 0 to 20. So you will divide the 20 divided by 10 with, sorry, try to create 10 intervals in between 20. equal intervals. Okay, so what line is this? It created 50 numbers between 0 and 10 so that uh, it will be used in an x-axis. Basically, length spaces creating an array start till end, and another another parameter is intervals. Like at how many numbers you want between those two numbers. Okay. Now, what was that? We have to create subplot. Okay. We are using subplots here, not subplot, subplot. So for figure, comma, axis, plt dot subplots 2, comma 2, comma. They, yeah, there's also parameter in the given, which is fixed size. Fixed size basically means what is the uh, size of your entire dashboard. Okay. Okay. So this bit subplots. Oh, sorry. Plt dot subplots. Yeah. Okay. So see 10 by 10, how much use of a dashboard it is. You have to scroll. Uh, you have to scroll to look all the figures. Okay. Let's let it remain 10 by 10, or okay. Just keep 8 by 8. And now we will creating these visualizations here. So let us create uh, x0 comma 0 is equals to plt, not plt, x comma 0 comma 0. Let me check what was it earlier. Yeah, dot plot. No? Dot plot. Here we will take x as an x-axis for every relation, and np dot sine, which is basically if you have studied trigonometry, sine function, your sine, cos, tan, remember that? So basically, np dot sine it will create a calculate a sine function of a given value x. Similarly, we will give it also a cos function. Np dot cos x. Okay, this is it will be showing here in the first top two visualizations. Okay, now for another visualizations, I am using SNS. Let me show you. Okay, we can also give it like this as given an example. Let me show you. SNS dot is plot basically, which means histogram, and np dot here we will using random. Okay, some random. Okay, these are the as you can see, these are sub libraries on NumPy. You don't need to remember it. Like I have to also study now what is random. You need to like study it, like what it does, what it is, but you don't have to like remember all these codes like np dot random. What is the dot random? Okay, you can just create a visualization by looking to Google or looking into documentation library, like what kind I want this kind of data and how can I procure it. Okay, MP on random to random. Now I will give it a access here. Okay, 1 comma 0. Earlier I used this method for plotting, and in the last two lines I'm using this method. I'm giving the access in the parameters. Okay, so you can also give it like this. Since we have required SNS for his plot, you can also give it like this. Now SNS dot bar plot.
Sir, what is a histogram?
Histogram. Okay, you haven't studied about histogram in the previous lecture. Okay, let me show you the figure. What is histogram? Okay, so basically, what it is a display. As you can see, histogram is a distribution. As you can showing a let me show you figure here. Okay, so that most of people keep on confusing about it with bar graph. Let me yeah, that is the right. Okay, so just ignore the semantics you left with you, right? Histogram is a like visualization where you display the continuous figures, continuous points. Used to visualize continuous points here. Okay, so it basically what it is like. Suppose this you can see this now. There you can see in the figure these are bars. Hmm. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it is used to uh, display continuous values, frequency of any number. Uh, and it is around like thousands and millions times of frequency. Okay, so now you can see. Now you can easily. Sorry, just let me phrase it okay clearly now. It is a visualization that is used to display continuous values according to the given space. For example, in this, you have some kind of data called age and frequency. Okay. Now, basically, what I can infer from this graph is like 20 to 30, you have these many people, like two frequency. You have 20 to 30, like two people which are between age of 20 and 30. Okay. Now, imagine what if there are thousands of people between age and 20 and 30. Okay, so what will happen is there you will see like this bar keeps on uh, shrinking down. Okay, and then it will be seen like a stick, very thin stick, which is called a bin. Okay, so histogram is a visualization which is basically a display of very continuous values which are in a very small interval. Okay. Histogram is a
Okay.
plot that lets you discover and show underlying frequency distribution. Okay, like there'll be so millions of values, and you have to show it a like how can you see each and every value in that? Okay, you can't. So what is the distribution of these values, which will be shown by histogram, a set of continuous data. Okay, as I was saying, just keep that in mind. A histogram is a plot that lets you discover and show the underlying frequency of a distribution. Okay. Have you studied probability? In that
Yes, sir.
probability, you have normal distribution.
Yes, yes.
In that, you have like bell curve figure. The
Yeah.
normal distribution in that, if you remember, that is a histogram. Okay. It is basically in the shape of a bell, which is showing the distribution of the data. If you're able to understand, uh, Is it clear or should
I
I
got
like?
it. I got it.
Okay, I don't have any data ready, so I'm not able to like properly explain. Maybe you will see that in this subplot. Okay. Mm. So you have also in the previous lectures you learned about box plot, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm also using box plot here since it was given in the example. Comma axis, comma 1, comma 1. Okay. Now, now, okay. So as it is a sub, you can also call it dashboard. Okay. Now it contains four different figures. First one is sine. This one, left top. This one is cos, right top. Okay. Let me just write it on a comment. Uh, this will be bottom left. This is the histogram. Okay. Uh, Box plot. Okay. So this is a histogram. This one, uh, bottom left. Okay. Let me just show you np.random. Now, see, now you have random values of hundreds of random value. Okay, and it's very small, so smalls and very like very closely related to each other, closely in interval. Okay, so like how do you visualize that data? Okay, it's continuous. Like you can say as a point one, point one, 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 point one, one, two, point one, one, three, until it will go till like hundred cell. Okay, so it's a very like small data with a very small interval. You cannot like take 10 values from it and see like these 10 values are required and these are showing. I'm getting these kind of insights from that data. For these kind of data, you have to see the distribution, like how these values are distributed or what kind of trend it is creating. Okay, so for that data, we use a figure visualization called histogram. Okay, in this plot, you like is still showing like something like a bar graph because the interval is just 100. In the real world, you will get millions, if not millions, hundreds of thousands. So that uh, this graph will become like very small. You will see these bars very small, and you will basically see a fully filled figure with some kind of shape. Okay, so that's where histogram is used to display these type of continuous value data. Mm, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, and box plot, I think you have learned in the last lecture. Basis basically used to display the outliers. in the data. So these 2 points are the outliers. Am I right?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Uh, like in the like previously in the old one, if like you put a title for 1 comma 1 and
Huh.
then it was overlapping with the axis values of the one above it.
Yes, yes, yes.
So for that, we if we want to individually change the like the what you can say like space between, so do we use the function label pad or do we use something different?
For not label pad. For that you have two choices. Okay. Like as I showed earlier, you have tight layout. Okay. In this, you can like it will automatically increase the padding between the values and the title. Okay. You
But
don't
if
have
we
to
want
just
to change only one like individually, then what do we use?
then individually.
Yes, sir,
For
individually.
individually by individually, what do you mean by individually? Like
Like
for a single figure, like you
yeah,
have
yeah,
2 by 2 grid here, and you have to just create a single figure.
like only one of the titles out of all.
Yeah. So for that, uh, you can also use this function. You can also use label pad and where is that? Yeah, subplots adjust. Okay. So
Okay.
basically, like, what are you like? I understand that you have to create a single figure, a little bit different from the another three, but I wouldn't recommend that because while you basically visualize what is visualization for? It's for presenting data. Okay. For presenting data, you need to have symmetry. If your one figure, one plot is going to the other side than another three, it will uh, it will be unsymmetric, so it will not look good. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you can expand with label pad. You can see if you like it, you can do it. It's not like big deal. But what is like accepted, basically you can adjust subplots adjust because it gives you freedom. Like how much space do you want? Okay. Or you can use tight layout if you don't want to need to know how much space is you. I just want the matter to be solved. Okay.
So
So
tight
we
layout
have
will make it like symmetrical everywhere, right?
yeah, symmetrical.
Okay.
So we have you have understood many dashboard example, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think we have reached the end. So basically you have to like in the assignment you have to create a 2 by 2 plot in which you have to use line plot, bar chart, scatter plot, and histogram. Okay. Histogram you understood clearly, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or you can just Google it a definition, try to understand. Okay, and you have to like give the each plot a title, main title, super title to the entire grid, and adjust your layout. You can use tight layout, you can use subplot adjust, or you can pad layers. Maybe do all three for your practice. It's no harm. Okay. So any other doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay, then